Our top stories: the death toll rises in Nigerian clashes and still no power in some Joburg suburbs. Good afternoon. Fighting in the northeast Nigeria between government forces and Islamist insurgents has left 68 people dead. The fighting broke out in the cities of Damaturu and Maiduguri. Here's the BBC's Africa editor Martin Plout.
Intense fighting erupted in two northern Nigerian cities on Thursday and Friday. The police and army fought running battles with suspected members of the Islamist sect Boko Haram. The Army Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Ejerica, said he lost 3 soldiers with a further 7 wounded, but that his men killed more than 50 militants. Boko Haram, which calls for a strict Muslim state, was founded in 2002. Since then, it's attacked government buildings and the United Nations headquarters in Nigeria.
City power technicians are still working to restore power to large sections of Johannesburg East. City Power says suburbs like Observatory, Bruma, Cyril Dean, Linksfield and Bezuidenhout's Valley are experiencing an outage. Residents say the power has been down since last night. A cable leading into the Observatory substation has been damaged. More than 35,000 travellers have so far today passed through the Limbombo border post at Komati Port in Mpumalanga. Traffic to the border post continues to move at a snail's pace. According to border official David Mabuza, they've added more operating centres. Nkobongwa Lukela reports.
The Mozambique and South African border officials have met to discuss a possible solution on the chaotic situation currently experienced at the Libombo border post to Mozambique. This as hundreds of travelers are losing their patience as long queues continue to move slowly. Many of the travelers, which are Mozambican nationals, have been at the border post since the break of dawn. They are calling for a better operating plan at the border post. Meanwhile, Mpumalanga's MEC for Community Safety and Security Liaison, Vusi Shongwe, is expected to visit the accident scenes on the N4 road. Since morning, more than 5 accidents have been reported on the N4 road. Shongwe will also visit the Libombo border post to monitor the situation. I'm Nogubongwa Lukele for SABC News in Nelspruit, Mpumalanga.
The Endangered Wild Trust has fitted a secretary bird with a cell phone device to try and establish why the bird featured in the coat of arms faces extinction. The International Union for the Conservation of Nature's Red Data List has raised the alarm about the significant decline of the bird. The EWT fitted the bird with a tiny cell phone receiver and transmitter in Kimberley. Its whereabouts are uploaded hourly and downloaded to a tracking device, which allows scientists to analyze the data. Zoologist Beryl Wilson.
Well, we're hoping to find out something about this bird. Actually, it's quite a secretive species. Although we've seen it a lot, it's never been researched properly before. So what we're trying to do is we're going to find out what happens to the fledgling, where does it disperse to, what habitat does it choose to live in.
Egypt's main Islamist parties have won 65% of votes for party lists in the second round of parliamentary elections. The Electoral Committee says the Freedom and Justice Party won 37% of the vote for party lists, while Al-Noor won 29%. The Islamist liberal rivals fared badly again in the second round, with Al-Wafd, the country's oldest party, winning 10%, and the Egyptian bloc, the main liberal coalition, just 7%. After winning almost 65% of seats in the first round of the vote, Islamists are poised to dominate parliament. The third round of the election will start on January 3rd. And finally, thousands of demonstrators have rallied in the Russian capital in another protest against election fraud. The demonstration in Moscow was as massive as the one 2 weeks ago. It's the largest show of discontent the nation has seen since the 1991 Soviet collapse. Protests in Moscow and other cities have declined, rather have dented Vladimir Putin's authority as he seeks to reclaim the presidency in next March's vote. The Kremlin has responded by promising a set of political reforms. Protest leaders say they'll continue pushing for a rerun of the December 4th parliamentary elections.